Monday Night Football, baby. We're here.
Touchdown in 46 seconds. Punches back. Touchdown.
Oh, if you didn't know, it's the Print Factory talking a little NBA and MLB action here. Starting off, as usual, with a little NBA with my guy, Big T at Big T44 DFS. Big T, there's a few people in our Discord. The live stream's late, 10 minutes late, blah, blah, blah. NBA, no live stream. Relax, guys. There's a live stream. Running a little late. Shouldn't be a shocker to anyone. I got a kid up there screaming. Big T's got whatever he's got going on. 3 kids, everything like that. But we're here, Tony. That's all that matters. We're friggin' here.
Yeah, what are they saying? It says unlisted or something. Maybe it's set up wrong or something today. I am curious because there's usually way more people in the chat. So I think it might be set up wrong. Usually we got a lot more people in the actual YouTube chat.
I had it on my YouTube, but let's see here.
Yeah, I think we might have set it up wrong today. So we're gonna have to have like premium only today, I think, with the only people watching us are gonna be the members.
Well,
whoever has the link. The problem is baseball is gonna be that way too. We can send it out, though. We can send the link out.
I think we did, though, didn't we? Huh? Didn't we send the link out? Like, didn't we tweet it?
We might have, but either way, that doesn't mean it's actually physically showing on YouTube. I just know that it can't be because usually we have like 400 messages in the YouTube thing, and there's only 4. But that's all right. We can do it one day only for the members. Like whoever sees our tweet.
I clicked the link, so on the tweet, it's there. So if you follow on Twitter or whatever, or I send you the link, like I posted a link in Discord, which everyone obviously watching here knows anyways, but like, yeah, okay, that's what's going on here. I don't know
why. For one day anyways. We'll make it a little premium. I'll send a tweet though, because then everyone that sees our tweet can hop on, and the people that don't need to be a freeloader for one day.
Yeah, and I'll make sure I post it too in the chat so people.
So the one I retweeted, yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny though. We haven't done that in a while. Well, not that we did it, but whoever does the links, we haven't had an unlisted one in a while.
Wait, is someone saying wrong link? Let me see. Hold on. This is the right link.
We have people in there, so it's got to be the right one. At least somewhere you posted it. I don't know if it's Twitter or not.
I think what happened was somehow the ones that were posted for tomorrow, I think something happened. There was a little malfunction with today's show when he posted tomorrow's. It's probably what happened.
I wonder. Yeah. Yeah, the link, all our links, I tested all the links, the one from Discord and the one on Twitter, and they both work.
Yeah, I just sent it in Discord, and I'm gonna pin it too, so people can see it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. There's the mystery solved right there. It is funny though, because you were saying it like, oh, there's normally more people in here, and then all of a sudden we're like, what happened? What's going on? So,
yeah.
Well, we got our true people in here.
The people we want in here.
King Mall, we're on YouTube. I posted the right link in NBA too. So, but yeah, subscribers only. Yeah, subscribers are people that see it on Twitter. One or the other. So we'll see. It is what it is. But yeah, use the link on the site. Okay, so the site link works, Tony, because Brittany said that
the one on the homepage.
Yeah, that's what she said. So
I'm just double checking because I'm going to send the link out and then we'll be done with it.
I gave the link for tomorrow by mistake. My bad. Okay, I fixed
The
it.
link I don't think the link on the homepage works either. I'm pretty
Site
sure.
took me to yesterday's. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. So we need to at least get that part fixed.
Yeah.
we'll get to the NBA in a second, but we got to at least make sure the link's out, or else we're at least to the members. I don't care about everyone else, but at least to the members. I wonder why.
Okay. So that's what happened though. Someone replaced the tomorrow's shows with instead of today's. That's what
and
happened.
it's 427 on the homepage instead of 429. So
God, I can tell you right now, nothing tilts Big T more than little things like that being wrong. Like if there's
this whole thing has to be slightly tilted for sure.
But little things like that, like messing up the date, has to just kill Big T.
Normally it would tilt me a little, but when people don't have the link and it's wrong, it tilts me even more. Let me see.
Okay, so Brittany said there's one that says 429. Yeah. So at least on YouTube, I don't see the one that it was up there. This link was on the YouTube page because I had it on my screen for a while, like clicked. So it recently got unlisted somehow. I wonder if there's a way I can edit this thing. Let's see. Is there a way? Yeah, I see it here now. Unlisted. Hold on. I'm going to fix this, Big T. You ready for this?
You can fix it while it's live?
Watch me fix it. If I can fix it. Let's see. This stream.
I don't think it'll fix it live once we're already going, but I'll be impressed if you do. Just don't shut us down.
I'm not going to shut us down. It might want me to shut us down. I'm not going to do that.
We're caught. We got 130 watching though now.
Oh yeah, it's saying the stream must be okay. So maybe I can't fix it then. I thought I could fix it. Maybe I can't though. It says the stream must be saved for the future. Nah, is what it is. What are you gonna do? It's not my realm, Big T. It's not my realm. I didn't fuck it up, so.
Neither did I for once.
I was gonna say this is not me or Big T's avenue here, so definitely not us. But yeah, screw it. Smash the like button, anyways. I mean, you can hit it even though it's unlisted. So it is what it is.
we definitely need everyone watching to click the like button today, so that we can at least get a few in there.
Yeah,
if we've ever needed it.
Get us our 20+ likes here, people. Come on.
I think you did it because of my championship yesterday out of the gate. My show Print Factory championship. You didn't want everyone.
You can't even gloat to the masses.
I know, it's killing me.
I'm kind of annoyed for you. You came in first. Like I came in almost dead last, and you came in
almost
first.
Dead last. We were first.
I thought I came in second to last.
Yeah, the guy that didn't enter a roster, he had zero.
Second to last.
0 points.
Second to last. What the fuck? I mean, shit. That guy got 0, and I got more than 0. Second to last. Suck it. Whoever that guy was.
Felt good. I might not get another win. It's hard to win, though, overall. I felt good.
Whoever that guy was that came in dead last and didn't post a lineup, shout out to you. All right. I shout out. Please get in our contest again. We need you in there. All right. Big T, you good? Or, anything else you want to talk about?
We roll now. We roll forward. So let me.
You can pull up the hubs.
Yeah, I'll pull up the old NBA hub so we can. Hold up.
Big T. I see him getting on people.
What'd I do?
You got on people. I saw you. I saw you going to work, letting people know what's going on.
Let me. Here we go. Here's the screen share. It's giving me some other message now.
I got trashed in that line. I don't know if you're talking about the contest, Mama Rock, but you didn't do worse than me, so you were right there.
Oh, here we go. Here's the screen share. A Big T up in first place yesterday. There he is. Let's go all the way down. Hold on. Let's scroll down here.
Yeah,
there he is down there. JSU. He's above the 0. Oh, man, I love him. Oh, I'm happy the screen share works on
Second
here.
to
Nothing
last.
works with the screen share. Oh,
Second
man.
to last.
Where's Draft Cheat? He better got in our contest. I don't
He
see
didn't. No way he got in there.
Yeah.
No way he got
Oh,
in
there's
there.
Big T up there again. I had to see him one more time. Freaking had my Deuce McBride costed a nice little evening.
Deuce McBride has hurt my feelings twice in a row. I've loved him twice, and he has sucked. He's killed me twice now. Oh, you're not going to leave that up? You should have just left it up, and we started.
No, I got enough in. It's not as fun when no one can see it. I put it up again too. So we're going again today. Everyone that wants in. Somehow we only had 40 something in there. Free entry again, Ticket Wednesdays. If you win today, I put the link.
Hold on. I got one. Ready for this one? Oh, look at that snowflake right there. LeBron James, snowflake.
These are the things that, like,
that guy was a lock last showdown. Let me tell you right now, he was a lock in showdown. I was told he was a lock in showdown. Not in JSU's rankings, he was a lock, but everyone else rankings he was.
Well, you said you would have won if you faded him. Why didn't you fade him?
What?
Why didn't you fade him? You said you'd have won if you faded him.
No, I didn't say that. I said I would have won if I played Tari Eason, the captain, instead of Reed Shepherd. My team did fade LeBron. That's what I was telling you.
Oh,
it was the four good Rockets. So it was Jabari. It was all those guys at the top instead of LeBron. And then you went down to, like, I think it was Smart. I can't remember the rest, but it was Eason and the captain, not Reed Shepherd. I had Reed. Remember you posted, like, your little white dude better get it done today, JS.
No, he was so bad in that game before that. That was the worst game I've ever seen. I was so mad. I had like a $3,000 parlay where they were up 6 with no time left and lost. I was so mad. I hated Reed that night.
Mob 9674 wants to know how you get into the contest.
You go to the live show chat, which is in our Discord, and go to the link.
Did you post the link, Tony?
I did the other day. I wanted to see what I posted. So if you go to the other one, because it's the league thing, maybe I'll post the link thing and the league so that it's not the specific link. Because it'll be up there every day. So then we can just say it every day.
Oh, yeah. Then you don't have to, like, repost it every single time.
Yeah.
Well, you probably still will, but it doesn't matter.
I will share the link.
Today you're going to have way better odds, though, because there's way less people watching.
Yeah, it's going to be the same loyal people, though. We're going to have the same number in it no matter what.
Look at that. 8 turnovers last game. God, 8 turnovers, man. Guy almost pulled the triple-double with turnovers. Wish I could bet that. 8 turnovers, man. No one named the King should have 8 turnovers.
I can't wait to see if you fade him tonight after whatever. I still don't even get the point of what you're saying. He's up 3-1 as an underdog in a series. He had one bad game.
No one named the King should have 8 turnovers in a playoff.
Should probably be at home like Michael Jordan was when he was 40 years old. Like he up 3-1 in a playoff series?
Do you remember how slow Michael Jordan was at the end, like at Washington? But he still gave people, like, every couple of games, he'd still give someone the smoke. It wasn't as, like, flashy, though, as LeBron. LeBron's still in, like, amazing shape for a 40-year-old. Michael was, like, couldn't do all the flashy stuff at the end. Or not, like, every day.
I'm in shambles today. I can't figure out how to link the league.
Yeah, this whole thing is throwing you off.
I know. I admit I'm in shambles. Like, how the hell do I link the league?
Jordan had 2 3-peats. LeBron needed Ray Allen to win him a championship, and Kyrie Irving.
Steve Kerr didn't make a game winner? I guess not. No. Paxton didn't make a game winner? No, probably not. No, he had no.
All right, whatever.
I'm tilted, man. I can't figure out how to send a friggin' link. I'm gonna have to just send the contest link again. I don't know how to do it.
I can't tell you how angry I was for years about the Ray Allen shot. It still makes me mad just thinking about it.
You're just mad that he made a 3 to win?
I'm mad they lost that game because it just totally ruined the whole thing. Like, the whole thing, like LeBron getting that shit, like it was just, they were going to lose. And then Ray Allen hits that amazing shot and just changed everything. Sad. Fucking Ray Allen. I'm going to take you off my wall, Ray. He's over there, Tony. I'm going to take him off my wall. You're coming off, Ray.
I'm trying this link, but it's probably not going to work is the funny thing, and it's going to tell me even more. But
so scroll down on DK to where the leagues are at. Click the NBA playoff print factory.
That's where I'm at, but I can't figure. I think I did it right, but I don't know. Try the link.
Try. So it's in the league section, Tony. Let me try.
I think I did it right, but I might not have.
Let's see here. Big T print factory. Oh, I see it. Boom. Right when I scroll down.
It worked?
NBA playoff print factory. Hold on.
But in the Discord, did you click that link?
No, I went to the DK app, like on my phone, and I just scrolled down and it was there.
But you were already in
the Discord.
Everybody that was in yesterday is already in. The new
I
people.
clicked the link in the Discord and it brought me right to the enter.
Oh, you did? Okay, perfect. Yep. Well, hopefully that works.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get to this because we only got a half hour. We got to get DC in here at 5.
All right, well, let's do that because MLB does lock at like 6:10, so it is weird. Went through the Discord. Okay, Chris went through the Discord.
Perfect.
So there you go.
Perfect. Then we can just leave it in there. But $20 or whatever the main contest is every day.
I'm gonna
pay a hat again. It might not be a hat every single day through the playoffs because that's too. The hats are like $50. So I don't know if we'll do it every day, but we'll for sure do an entry each day we do the show.
I just pinned it too in there, so it's in the live show chat for anyone looking for it. It's the first 50 that get in, if there's 50. So,
and yesterday, just to polish yesterday a little bit, even though we haven't talked that much because we've been in shambles. Even the freaking Celtics, man, like what was that? We called it, babe. They just have these games where they just don't play. It's just crazy. I don't get it.
You can't go basketless for like 7 minutes down the stretch. Like you just that's something like the Celtics would do though. And they're so good. And then next game, they're going to win by 30 and look amazing. And we're all going to be like, oh, the Celtics are great again. You know what? The sad truth of the East is that I don't trust any of these teams. The only teams I trust are in the West. The East is in trouble, man.
The two teams that have already advanced. OKC and the Spurs.
I mean, literally, like, who else do you trust? Like, I don't trust anyone else.
The list gets smaller and smaller by the minute.
And now the Magic lose Franz. Like, they can't, like, even the Magic, like, you can't lose guys like that.
No.
And have
because they're not deep. Like, they're not a deep team. You can't just lose guys.
Well, yeah, my point was like the Magic are more live to win the East if they're healthy, but if they're not healthy, then like
they got no shot. What are they even saying about Franz? Like, how long do they think he's going to be down? Is he just done?
I mean, it's I think they said right calf strain. We all know calf strains for these NBA players lead to really bad injuries if they push it. Like, how many times have we seen the calf strain turn into Achilles if they come back too quick? So I'm sure he'll try, though. I wouldn't be shocked. Like, if they don't win this game, and let's say the Pistons somehow push them to 7, he'll probably try and play in that game and probably get hurt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, he probably will try to play at some point, I would assume, which doesn't usually work out well.
Nope. So,
I mean, Aaron Gordon the other night when he tried to go looked about as bad as I think anyone could ever look. He kept shooting. I'm like, dude, stop shooting.
Yeah, it's like that's not your strength. Please stop shooting. You're hurt.
Got no lift on top of it. It's like, what are we doing? Are you trying to shoot the injury out of your system?
Yeah.
All right. I updated the hub. The hub wasn't
It's in the live show chat, Brittany. I pinned it in there. The link is in there. Big T added everyone and I pinned it. So it's there. All right. Hub's up.
Yeah, I updated because it looked like it wasn't updated because it had Boston still 3-1, but now we are good to go. It's Detroit, the first game, right? Detroit. Or is that the second game?
It's the second game.
It is the second game?
Or no, Detroit's the first game. Toronto's
Okay.
the second game. Yeah.
So you got them down 3-1. You got everyone was in the chat earlier was talking about the spread, how it just seems huge. To me, it doesn't seem that crazy. Game 1 was 9.5. Now Franz is out, and they're on the ropes, down 3-1. I actually think Detroit. This is the first game of the series where I actually like Detroit. I think they might lay a little wood tonight to Orlando. They're going to go home. They're going to be mad. And then game 6 kind of for all the marbles back in Orlando where they got that great crowd against them. Cade, though, man, like you look at – hold on. There we go. Better view this time. You look at Cade, though, he just hasn't been great. He had so many bad turnovers in that last game. Suggs and these guards are pretty good defenders on him. I don't love it. The guy that's been just solid is Toby. I mean, not anything crazy. Dare I say Dyson Daniels-like numbers, a 40, a 39. He's 6,500. Just solid, though. Not like crazy upside. You can see the little value metric, too, on our hub, where he's the only guy over like 5X average compared to his salary here. Osser went back down to 32. And honestly, I think Osser, well, maybe not tonight if it's a blowout, but you saw he was one of the main reasons they lost. You can't have a total non-shooter on that court. Like they were just playing off of him, and he would get it wide open and he would just drive into traffic, and there wasn't anywhere to go. So that's why, I mean, him and Amen, don't get me wrong, they're amazing players, but in crunch time, it's really hard to have them on the court, especially when you got like Duren on the court too, or whoever else is out there that's a non-shooter. You can't have 2 non-shooters on the court in crunch time. It gets ugly. So I don't know if it needs to. I mean, Dennis Jenkins looked great. Karis LeVert looked pretty good. You want to talk about value, guys? I mean, I could start with these 3 at home, right? We kind of think it could be a blowout too. Javonte, Dennis Jenkins, Karis LeVert, all 3,500 or less. All I think could get more minutes. Well, counting even in a non-blowout, I think could get more minutes. Let alone in a blowout, they could get minutes as well. So I really, really like those 3. Even Isaiah Stewart has been better than Duren. So Detroit's one of the few teams that I think we can get pretty creative. I mean, Jalen Duren's been terrible. Osser, I think, could get played off the court, and he's too expensive, even if he is on the court. Toby's fine. Cade's probably too expensive with how he's played. I think Detroit is definitely a bench team for me, and I really, really like the value plays. And then let's go to Orlando, and then you can talk about these 2. Orlando right here. And then the Orlando side, like Paolo, we talked a lot about him. I mean, his numbers haven't been great, though, besides the 164 piece. And like I said, I do not like Orlando tonight as a spot. Wendell's finally up to 6K. Bane's too expensive. Suggs is too expensive. The bench guys I don't need. So for me, and one of the reasons I did good last night too, once I eventually found my final team, I faded I did the move you always talk about, where I faded a few teams, 3 teams, I think, yesterday. Tonight, this team is a fade for me 100%. I don't see a single play on this team. Going on the road is a big dog. So for me, this game, I'm treating it Detroit bench guys, nothing else. I think that'll be a really contrarian take. So, yeah, that's where I'm at in this game.
Yeah. What's interesting about this game, Tony, is I thought the ownerships were going to be higher. You're saying you want to fade this game, but I'm looking at ownerships, at least on Sabre right now, us too, like Paolo's projecting for 10%. Suggs 15, Bane under 10 or around 10, Wendell Carter at 8, Anthony Black's 35%. That he'll be high owned for sure. But then like Jamal Cain, Silva, not really high owned. So like this is not going to be a high owned situation. But at the same time, if you're just saying you're going to full fade the team, that's still a stand because it's a whole team. So that's why
I think like Anthony Black will probably end up pretty popular too. Like.
Anthony Black will, but I'm saying the team in general, they're not going to get as much ownership as you think for think about it. Losing a stud player that's going to open up a bunch of minutes for a couple cheap guys probably. And on top of it, you're still going to get heavy minutes out of the main guys, Carter, Banchero. So now you're worried about blowout and stuff like that. And yeah, it does set up maybe for a Detroit Piston at home to kind of get into a groove and maybe blow this team out. But if this game stays close, man, these Orlando price tags may be somewhat high, but they're not going to be that high owned. So I actually have the opposite take of you where we're fading the blowout, obviously. But if this game stays relatively close, some of these guys are going to be really good plays, and the ownership is just not that high on a 3-game slate. Like, what do you mean who? Paolo, one of Suggs or Bain, Wendell Carter's been amazing. You don't think Franz leaving is going to open up more for them?
Yeah. I like when we disagree, though. It makes these shows better because,
Yeah.
I just don't think there's any meat on the bone for Bain at 7K.
Where do you think
he doesn't do anything but shoot?
Where do you think the 34 minutes and the 18 shots as a ceiling for Franz? Because that's been kind of his ceiling, right? The 2 games ago, he got 34. That was the most minutes he's had in a close game, and he got 18 shots up in that game. Where do you think those are going?
It could be some of these bench guys, but like Bain, Suggs shot so many times and they were just absolute peelers.
Dude,
how many shots did these guys? He was so bad.
He just jacks up threes, Suggs
and
does.
they never go in. He was 1 for 13. Like, I don't think he's going to go from 13 shots to 20 or something.
Do you think they just tell him to shoot because they just have no one else?
I just think they don't tell him either way. I think they're just like, if you're open, then shoot it. And he just. I love Suggs, first of all. I love Suggs.
I know. I do too, but he's not a shooter. I wouldn't categorize him as a shooter. Like, it wouldn't be my game plan. I just think the problem with both of these guys, though, they're 7K. Like, I just don't. Suggs or Desmond Bain, how many shots has he shot? He's not going to shoot. He's taken 18 shots his last 2 games.
Like, how can he's not going to go from 18 to like 28 or something? He's still shooting the ball a lot. Like, I think it's going to be more. I'm starting to actually talk myself into both. Well, it goes with my blowout.
You should honestly fade Detroit if you're talking blowout. You should fade them both.
But I love all the value guys. Like, those value guys are such good prices to go with the studs and these. And I honestly like. So we haven't seen
like as a value guy like Danish Jenkins.
For the 2 guys that look good were Danish Jenkins looked great, and I have the other team up right now. Who do I?
Who, Ron Holland?
Javonte Green? Not Ron Holland. Isaiah Stewart looked pretty good. Some of these bench guys. And like, Wendell hasn't had a foul trouble game yet. Goga's only 3,300, and they already like playing Goga.
Yeah, he already had a foul trouble game. You can see it.
Yeah, and what did Goga do in that game? It was 17, 16, and 13. And this was probably the foul trouble game right here.
The 21-minute game right here.
So, 17, 16, and 13 for 3,300 is pretty solid too. I like the scrubs. I could definitely play Paolo, but I think they get blown out here. I can't shake that feeling. Oh, we got the second. Yeah.
He's coming for you tonight, Big T. He's coming. By the way, I fixed your link. So anyone who clicked on Big T's bad link and it didn't work in the live show chat, I fixed it. I posted a good link. It should work if you're trying to get in there.
No way.
But all right, we're split on this game. Big T likes Detroit for fantasy. I like Orlando. He mainly likes the scrubs for Detroit. And I like the Orlando side a little bit more. Let's move to Toronto and Cleveland here, Tony. Cleveland at home, 2-2 in this series. Scotty Barnes played really well at home. The minutes look awesome for Scotty too. In these close games, Big T, he's getting in the 40, 42 minute range, which is great for Scotty Barnes. He's 8,600. But 49 and 62 fantasy points in the 2 games at home. Now they go back on the road where, obviously they struggled a little bit more, and Cleveland played well at home, obviously struggled more on the road. It was like the opposite story. Donnie Mitchell was great at home, and then on the road really struggled. 6 for 24, 7 for 16 from the field, 1 for 7 from 3, and 4 for 12 from 3. So not great shooting numbers. I do think Donnie Mitchell bounces back, but what is it? Is it like 49, 50 fantasy points for Donnie Mitchell, which is fine, 8,500. That'll play, but like I still haven't seen like the ceiling from Donnie. It could be today though, because Donnie does have that. He does have like the ultimate upside to just kill you. But what are you doing with him and the rest of this Cleveland team?
Let me pull the Cleveland side up. So obviously 2-2 now. And how did it go? So it was 2-0, then 2-2. That game on Sunday too, or was it Sunday? It had to be Sunday. It was super ugly. Super ugly game. And now they go back home. Donnie still, to me, feels like a Tatum-like play. I say that in looking at the 24 and 34. Doesn't look great. But the price point where we saw Tatum in the beginning of the series, and I go back to the first show when you were talking about it, I think it's more in this range, like high 40s, especially tonight, where it's back to an even series. I think he's pretty safe for high 40s production. So I'm definitely going to like Donnie. And the crazy part is Harden has been better the whole series. They've been very similar. Like, look at their numbers. It's almost scary how similar their numbers are between 4 games. They got basically identical all 4 games. How does that even work? I like looking at the chart like this. Have you ever seen 2 guys that they're like touching balls out there?
They're just like, someone clipped that. They're just touching balls out there. I mean,
wow! Like, look at that.
They're just evening each other out. I mean, if you think about it too, it kind of makes sense. Like, even when they're both good, like Donovan Mitchell does a lot more of just like the straight scoring, right? Not as good in the other categories. And James Harden is like, getting assists, like 10 assists, a few rebounds, like stocks, and then score a little bit. Kind of makes sense. They're hurting each other's upside though. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, totally. And you could be right. They're just kind of deferring to each other. I still like Donnie more, but looking at these numbers, and you got a slight discount on Harden. I want one of these guys tonight, though, because I think the Cavs play at tip touchers. I like that. That's got a good ring to it. I think you need to play one of these 2 guys tonight. I don't think it's crazy to play both, too. It might be a little weird, but like last night, I ended up playing Brunson and Cat, and that ended up being the move that won it for me. I almost won the single entries, too, like the $100 I almost got there. And tonight with Houston Lakers kind of being a weird type game too, where you don't know what Houston team, Lakers stink. I don't think it's the craziest thing ever to play Harden and Donnie together. You might not get the full upside, but what if it's just like the situation and the Philly spot? Both spots yesterday had 2 guys in the 50s. What about if they both just get 53 or something? Like, that's huge. So I definitely think and it takes the guesswork out of it too, where you don't have to pick which one. So I actually think that's pretty good. I think Jared Allen's a pretty good play, down to 5,500 back home. I know he hasn't been great in the series, but even 25 isn't that bad. Max Strus going back home. Look at his production, really. I mean, he had a bad game last game, but a 30 and a 28 at 4,400. You probably don't like Strus because he's not your like type of play usually, but I think he's probably small forward. I don't have that sheet up, but I think he's usually a small forward. Maybe he's just shooting guard.
God, I remember when I'm old enough to remember Max Strus was popular last slate. Gave everyone a 9 burger.
Little 9-piece nugget.
Little 9-piece nugget. I will say though, plays like Max Strus, I do like more when they're at home, but no, I don't normally try to play these type of plays, but I will say some slates, like I played Duncan Robinson that slate. I think they're similar type of style players. So it happens once in a while, but I try my best to stay away from them.
One of your best calls of the whole round has been Murray Boyles, who's been a young stud all year. just awesome in this series. All things considered, he's probably been their best. Well, I mean, he hasn't been better than Scotty, so it sounds stupid to say it. But
I don't know. And you know what? For being a rookie,
yeah,
I think you could give it to him. I mean, Scotty Barnes, we expect it. Like,
yeah, well, based on what people think, for sure he's been the best. I was
yeah,
gonna say it, and then I mean, Scotty's been so good, so I felt disrespectful saying it where
I
it's
don't
like
think
that.
so,
But
man.
Murray Boyles is still under 6K too, and he's still gonna keep getting more and more of a role. So on the road, I'm not playing any of these other bums. I'm not playing Sandro, who had the one game. None of these other guys. It's Barnes if you want. I don't really want to play Barnes on the road either, though. I could see him getting like this type of game. 40 minutes, 43, somewhere in
Yeah.
between game 1 and 2. 40 minutes, somewhere around 40, and I don't think that'll be enough. Murray Boyles, though, definitely in play for me and those Cleveland guys.
I'm worried. This is the game I'm worried about blowout because Donnie is one of those dudes. After 2 bad games on the road, he's gonna come back. It wouldn't shock me if I open up, turn this game on after the end of the first quarter, and they're up like 20, just like they jumped them. You know what I mean? They just jumped Toronto from the get go, and Donnie's already cooking. James Harden's doing his thing. So that's the one thing that scares me. So because I'm leaning that direction. I think the only guy I can play is Colin Murray Boyles. And even he scares me now at 5,500 because everyone sees it now. But
it is a road spot too, so if he's ever going to lay a little rookie stinker in, it could be tonight.
Exactly. It is a road spot. But again, he's the best play with price included, I think.
He really hasn't had like a tough stretch either, which makes it an interesting fade because everyone has tough stretches. Even the king LeBron has a tough stretch.
Yeah, everybody does. Colin Murray Boyles, I don't think because he got hurt, Tony, in the year, like during the year, I don't think people saw it for a long enough stretch to where they were like, oh, he's a real player. Like he can contribute. And he's just going to get better. I mean, like the dude should be playing 35 minutes already on this team. He's not, but it'll get there. It's going to happen at some point because he is by far, in my opinion, you can't make an argument that he's not one of their 4 or 5 best players. Like
just looking at their roster, I don't think anyone would even argue it at this point.
Now they won't argue it. But I mean, 2 weeks ago, if we were having this discussion, they would definitely argue it. It's just, yeah. So that's the thing. I think people are starting to see it, but he's still clearly the best guy. But everyone else I'm worried about. It's Donnie Mitchell on the Cleveland side. It's Colin Murray Boyles on Toronto, and everyone else I'm out on. I'm worried that Toronto gets routed. I hope I'm wrong though, because I won't lie. Toronto, if they beat Cleveland, I'd kind of be okay with it, Tony, to be honest with you. So I root for it, but I just don't think it's going to happen tonight. I think we see a blowout. Let's go to the last game here. It's clearly the best game on the slate, and it's clearly the game that I think we should all be focused on. I was telling people in the chat right when I saw the KD news at like 2:50 or 3 o'clock or whatever it was that he was expected not to play. I'm like, all right, we're jamming 4 to 5 Rockets. Just jam them in there. Best plays on the slate now. We're back to it, I think, Tony. I think you want to, again, jam these Rockets, get all these minutes. And honestly, on the Lakers side, I think the Lakers are pretty good plays too, to be honest with you. I think Marcus Smart at home, DeAndre Ayton gave you a good game last time out and not even full run too, I'm pretty sure. Luke Kennard back home. I think you can make a case for both sides of this game. I think it's the game we should be fully focused on.
Yeah. And the question you're going to have to ask is Houston dead? Like, I know they just won the last game, but this game's the true test for Houston. Like, now you're going back on the road. This is in LA, right? In my head, I'm thinking backwards.
Yeah, it's in LA.
So I think this is the game. KD's out. They look so bad in game 3, and then they look much better in game 4. Now it's a test, though, because the Lakers didn't play their best last game. I think you see the best version of the Lakers tonight, whatever that means, too. Like, I don't think that means that there's some juggernaut. I think they're bad, too. and you look at their roster, they don't have anything really. I mean, they got Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard. What happens when one of those guys doesn't have the game of their lives like they had the first 3 games? I mean, Marcus Smart, those first 3 games, definitely game 2 and 3, was just outrageous. And Luke Kennard was good too. So what happens when they don't play like that, though? Does Houston come back first team ever 3-0? I think it's possible.
They need that King guy to give them King-like performance if that's the case, because Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard, they can only do this for so long. At some point, it's gonna level out a little bit, and it's starting to level out after last game. We'll see though. Going back home should help them.
The bigger issue with Houston, they're just so non-guard dependent. That was the wrong way to say that, but I mean, I just look at their roster. If they were playing even Portland, I would like Portland. Phoenix, we would like Phoenix. They are so limited. Outside of Şengün, who's a center, who you have to play through. Jabari doesn't create. Tari doesn't create. Amen can't shoot. You have a very limited roster. So I kind of just think the Lakers close it down tonight. And Houston got their, what do they call it? The gentleman's sweep. They got the 1 game in last game.
Yep.
Just a gentleman's sweep. But I'm excited to watch this game because you're going to see it, because either Houston's going to really get back in this and have a chance to come back from 3-0, or they're just going to flat out quit. And I won't be surprised because Marcus Smart and LeBron and Kennard are going to be, they're going to come. They're going to bring it. They're vets. They're going to want this game bad. So if you're Houston, I mean, you're going to have to play good to win this game. And I say all that to say, I mean, these plays have to be good plays because they have the least amount of depth in the whole playoffs. They have 0 bench guys. I mean, you're playing Jayshawn Tate, Aaron Holiday, 19 minutes, Dorian Finney-Smith, 19 minutes. I mean, these guys are absolute dust balls. So they have to play their guys. Şengün's under 9K. Amen is 80. Amen's probably the one that I like the least, but he's also going to play in the 40s for sure, like maybe 45 minutes tonight. So if this game stays close, I don't know how you're not playing 3 or 4 Rockets. I will just say, though, like in the lotto and like the big contests, I don't think it's the craziest thing in the world to be under on Houston, just because if the Lakers play their best, I could see this game blowing out. I could see this team quitting.
I could definitely see this team. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. This Snyder in the chat arguing Jordan never won without Pippen, SMH. Snyder arguing hoops, guys. Come on, enough said. Like,
has he won one without Pippen? I forget.
Let it lie here. They lost to the 86 Celtics, who were terrible. Oh boy, 0-6. That's tough, huh, Tony? 86 Celtics. I mean, they were okay.
I just didn't remember. I was trying to remember if Jordan ever won anything without Pippen. I couldn't remember.
He's 1-9 in the playoffs without Scottie Pippen.
I actually didn't know that's that. I didn't know the 1-9 part. Everybody needs it. These are the things that I'll even defend Jordan. Everybody needs help. Like, no one doesn't need help. What do you do when we don't have time to have this discussion right now.
No, of course not. Everyone's going to need. Someone said, I think it was, Dirk was the only one he can think in his head without immense help.
He had help too.
He had JJ fucking Barea, the greatest 5'6"
and Jason
guard.
Terry. Those guys were good.
I'm talking about a 5'6" guard. Let me go for a second, Tony. The greatest 5'6" white guard you will ever see in the NBA. JJ fucking Barea. Okay.
That's my Nuggets coach, baby.
Love that. I mean, come on, people. Don't disrespect JJ Barea like that. The greatest. Back to this game. Amen, Şengün, Jabari, all playing 40-plus minutes, Tony. I don't know how you aren't playing at least 2 of those 3 guys in every team you make. maybe all three, but at least two of them. Honestly, you should make a rule, and then at least one of Reed or Eason, at least. So that puts you to 3. And I think you want at least 4 Rockets, 4 of those 5. So that's a rule for me. Like I need 4 Rockets here on this slate. I think it's as easy as that. Someone asked, what if Austin Reeves plays? If Austin Reeves did play, which I don't know if he will, but if he did play, I think it really just kills maybe the upside of Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart, those type of plays. DeAndre Ayton would still be fine because he'd still have like his role. LeBron would still be fine because I don't think Reeves would really kill his role. But I think
I don't think he's going to kill anyone's role, because if he plays, it's going to be just like just get him in there and get his feet wet type thing.
Yeah, I think if he plays, it's going to hurt like Luke Kennard, because it's going to take the ball out of Luke Kennard's hands a little bit. Same with Smart. At their price tags, it might hurt their ceiling. Maybe they don't get there with their ceiling, though. Maybe they just need like 32 or something like that, and they'll be on the winner. So
what's no YouTube stream mean?
I think he means we're not on. So he's typing from X. You can see the X symbol to the right corner, Tony. He's typing.
When someone responds to the thread, they say that means they responded on X. I never knew that.
You can't see the X symbol.
I can see it. I never knew that's where it came from, though.
Yeah, so that means he's typing from Twitter. He's watching on Twitter and he's typing in the chat on Twitter. That's why it's got the X symbol. Whereas like Mama is in the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
So you see the YouTube symbol like at the right. Did you notice that?
I mean, I did now. I never did before.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could like respond on the Twitter. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's all 3 games here. Let's get our play of the day, and we're going to get DC in here, talk some baseball, because we got about an hour and 10 until lock. Big T, real quick, who you got? Play of the day, NBA, what do you got?
I'm going to get a little creative with my Pistons, and I people like stuff like this. I'm going to go, hold on, let me pull it up to look at these prices.
I love that.
Or Detroit go.
I'm gonna go.
People like
creative.
let me
pull this thing up. Let me.
I wanted to see the prices, so I'm gonna get creative and say Danish Jenkins and Karis LeVert, a little 2-pack of cheapies, 3,300 and 3,400. Both of them are going to be on my team tonight. I'm getting different tonight. I'm going to run it in that contest. I'm going back to back. DC better get in the contest tonight. He likes these. He's going to be on here every day with us. We got to get him in. I'm going with those two. I'm going to sign out while DC taps in for me. Good luck, everyone, tonight.
Paulo and at 10% owned and Mr. Jamal Cain, who I think will benefit from the minutes of Franz, as my 2 plays here. I'm the opposite of Big T. He likes the cheapies in the Detroit game. I like the Orlando guys to get it done. All right, that is NBA. DC's here. That means baseball talk can begin here, DC. And we got a 6:10 start with the slate. So we might have to go just full on 1.5x speed to get this thing done.
It's gonna be tough for you, JSU. You're gonna have to keep the ramblings to a minimum for this show to get it in time. So we'll see.
I'll try my best. There's less people in chat that could tilt me, so we should be good.
I feel like you're more capable of doing it for baseball than basketball as well.
Definitely. I go on way more rants for basketball. It's so easy to get me on a basketball rant. Baseball, it would be a little harder, but you never know. I am pretty excited. Did I hear Mr. Springer is back from the IL?
He came back and got a big RBI hit. Yeah, so he's back to help out those best ball squads of yours.
I'm excited because I got a ton of them. So let's not get into a rant of that, but I'm very excited.
Didn't take long.
You challenged me.
Sidetracked in the first minute.
All right, let's get this rolling here, DC. Like I said, 6:10 start time in the baseball streets. We're gonna get through this breakdown in plenty of time here. Get you guys going with your lineup builds here. DC, let's kick it off with that 6:10 game here. I don't know why Saber's not even showing it here, but Philly and San Francisco, first game up at 6:10, and then next game's not till 6:40. So what are we doing with this game? It's got a low team totals with San Francisco and Philly. Your boy, Christopher Sanchez on the mound for the Phillies, who looks like a pretty good option going up against Logan Webb, 13% owned on Saber. Another solid pitcher here. Is this a pitcher's duel? Are we in on the pitchers today?
Definitely in on Sanchez, who's had just terrible luck to start the season. I mean, he's been solid anyway. But if you look at like the league, he's like a league average, batting average on balls in play guy around 300 for his career. This season sitting at like 430. So yeah, 43% of the batted balls he's given up have gone for hits. But really nothing else has changed for Sanchez. Actually, the strikeouts are up this year from that dominant season he had last year. So, if you look at like the fantasy, total DK production, the game log for Sanchez, it doesn't look super great. Bad last start, gave up 12 hits to the Cubs. That was a Wrigley wind game, warm and wind blowing out, so tough pitching conditions. I guess long way of saying I'm not really worried about Sanchez as well. I actually think when it's all said and done, he'll be just about the same or maybe even a little bit better overall fantasy-wise than he was last year. So positive regression coming for Christopher Sanchez, pitching at home here, gets a Giants team that, I mean, this team hasn't hit at all. I mean, Devers has done absolutely nothing. The scariest bat in this lineup is like a Matt Chapman who's not off to a great start. I think we see a vintage Christopher Sanchez game here. Really like him. And I think this is a really top-heavy pitching slate. We've got the two lefties, Sanchez, Skubal up top, and then it's kind of tough to have confidence in really anybody else on the entire slate. So I'm trying to fit those two guys in. Sanchez going to be in my main lineup on DraftKings. Logan Webb, I think, is an okay option, but not that much of a discount from Sanchez to Webb, just $1,000. Much tougher matchup for Webb. I don't think Webb's anywhere near as good as Sanchez, and also Webb not nearly as good when he's got to go on the road. So yeah, give me Sanchez here. Little worry on the weather, but I think it should be fine. I'm planning to play Sanchez anyway. Webb would be fourth or fifth option for me, but don't think you need to get there on a 6-game slate now. By the way, we lost Baltimore and Houston due to postponement, so just 6 games on the slate. Yeah. Give me Sanchez. I do think you could play some Phillies bats, particularly the two lefty sluggers, Schwarber and Harper, 2-3. Brandon Marsh in the 5-hole. He's had a good start to the year. I don't think I'd go much beyond those three. Maybe Justin Crawford, 2,600 at the bottom of the lineup, because we do need savings at hitter a little bit if we're trying to fit in Skubal and Sanchez. But we have one game that I think has a ton of value in it that we'll get to shortly. So, yeah, this game I think is pretty simple. Sanchez, awesome play, going to be in my lineups. And really that's about it. I'll be going elsewhere for most of my bets.
Yeah, I love the Sanchez call here, 9,700. I'm definitely playing him. Logan Webb has just been like decent, mid to decent this year, DC. So probably not in on Logan Webb. But yeah, it looks like pitchers or pass. I will say though, like it seems like the RPS were pretty high on Philly as a team here. Just looking at some of the projections. So
Webb could definitely be had, especially outside of San Francisco. Gives up lefty power, and this is just a way better park for particularly lefty power than San Francisco is. So yeah, I think those Philly bats make some sense. Some people asking about the weather in Philly. Does look a little sketchy, actually sketchier than it did when I last looked half an hour ago. So I don't know. Yeah. We'll have to make a call on that, I guess, closer to lock.
Yeah, Weather Edge got it at a 39%
There's
for a delay.
Pretty good chance of an in-game delay here, which obviously really sucks for pitching. I would say that Sanchez would be, I think, this is kind of a guess, but I would think he would be one of the most likely pitchers to come back after an hour, 90-minute delay. He's just that type of competitor out there that if he said he's good to go, I think they'd let him go. So I'll still probably play him just because he's so much better than I think the other options, but it's definitely a concern for sure.
Yeah, that is a little worrisome if the
Yep.
delay is real and it looks like it's getting real. But we gotta obviously stay up with it. The window says the risk window though, DC, is between 9 and 10. Like by 9 to 10, Sanchez is gonna be done. Or if not, then we're in trouble, I
I
think.
mean, I'm looking at the radar here, and the risk window it's sooner than
Earlier?
that from what I'm seeing.
Okay, well maybe that needs to update though a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens there. We'll kind of monitor that as we go.
We'll visit that closer to lock and maybe make a final call if we think Sanchez is safe enough to play.
Yeah, that works for me. Let's go to the next game here. We'll just follow the SaberSim order of games here. Start off St. Louis and Pittsburgh, 6:40 game here. Bubba Chandler on the mound for Pittsburgh against Andre Palante. 6,500 for Palante and 7,500 for Chandler here. DC, any interest in either of these two pitchers here in this one?
Palante is almost always going to be a no for me. Just a very contact-oriented pitcher. Never really has strikeout upside. You can see it. I guess he did get 8 strikeouts last time, but that's going to be an anomaly for him. Not going to miss many bats. Never been a bat misser. And just not a good DFS play. So not playing Payante. You could play the Pittsburgh lefties here against Payante. He doesn't give up a ton of power, but enough to play. It was just another game. I'll just say it. It's the Reds and Rockies game. I think it's going to be really good for offense. So that's a game I'm mostly focused on from a hitting perspective. But yeah, Pirates as a secondary stack, top of the order, makes some sense. You can get the balls in play against Payante, get guys on base. They could do some damage, but the guys you want are mostly expensive. Cruz, Lowe, Brian Reynolds, all up there in 4,500 to 6,300 for Cruz. So kind of tough to fit those guys. If you are on cheap pitching, maybe a good contrarian stack, but kind of a secondary option for me. Other side of this game, I think, is the more interesting side. Bubba Chandler, big prospect, big time stuff. And I do think at some point he'll figure it out, but it hasn't happened so far. He just doesn't know where the ball's going. He's super wild, inefficient. You can see it in the innings pitched. I mean, 3 of his 5 starts have been under 5 innings, a bunch of walks in almost every start, and just not getting it done from a fantasy perspective. This is a pretty good matchup against the Cardinals, but Cardinals have been frisky. That top of the lineup led by Weatherholt, Jordan Walker, even Herrera, Burleson can hit. I just don't trust Bubba Chandler right now. I do think he'll have some big games, I think, right, where he just has the command and can throw strikes. If he can, he's capable of putting up a bunch of strikeouts. And it's really hard, I think, to predict when that's going to be. But I think most of the time it's going to be 4 or 5 innings from Chandler. It's going to be wild, and he's not going to do that well from a DFS perspective. So I'm not playing him tonight. I don't think he's the craziest play if you want to get a little off the board, but I certainly don't trust him myself. And given so many other good pitching options, probably not going there either. So, yeah, 6 games, but not a ton from this game DFS-wise for me.
Yeah, this game also has a decent chance of delay, 49%. It looks like on the Weather Edge right now, 20% chance of a postponement risk. Looks more like a delay situation though than actual.
Yeah, given the weather, especially. I mean, maybe you take the risk on Sanchez. I don't think I would do it in this game though.
Yeah, so I'm out on the pitchers. I feel like I like the hitters a little more than you. I like the St. Louis side. And then I agree with you. I think Pittsburgh, it's more like a one-off. Like if you want to take an O'Neill Cruz or a Lowe or something like that. But the St. Louis side looks interesting when you got like Church at 3,200. Mason Wynn, who had like a stretch where he had like 5 or 6 games in a row of double-digit hits. Or, I'm sorry, not double-digit, like 2+ hits.
That'd be impressive.
Like that. Double-digit would be insane. 2+ hits. But he's 3,500. He, like maybe not upside, but enough to get you there at that price tag. and Nolan Gorman's cheap. So they have cheap bats to get you like the Weather Holt, which is who you want for sure. And you got like Burleson there or Jordan Walker for power. So it does seem like a team that I could easily 5-man. Good mix of value and studs. I think I'm a little higher on St. Louis than you are.
And I do think these games will be, I think they'll play even if they have a mid-game delay. I do think they'll ultimately get them in. So, bats make more sense than pitchers from this game for sure.
Yep, agree. Let's go to that Colorado game you were referring to just a little while ago. We got Tomoyuki Sugano here, 6,800 for him versus Brandon Williamson, 6,700 for Williamson here. DC, I assume you're not on either of these pitchers and it's all bats for you, but talk about this game.
Yeah, I mean, Great American Ballpark, one of the best places to hit in all of baseball. Little bit cooler, but wind blowing out to center field in this game. Will play very hitter friendly, very home run friendly. And you got two pitchers, Williamson and Sugano. Like these guys have like no redeeming qualities. Like someone like Payante is not great, but at least they get ground balls. These guys can't miss bats, give up a ton of hard contact. Williamson walks a ton of dudes. I mean, we haven't seen Williamson for a ton of innings over the last season and a half, but the numbers for him are like alarmingly bad. And then you look at the Rockies, obviously not a great lineup, but look how cheap these guys are. I mean, look at the top three in the lineup: Beck, Doyle, Rumfield, all basically 3K or 3,100. Hunter Goodman, great catching option of 4,400. You can play Castro. You got another cheap catcher in there, Sullivan, Karros. Even the bottom of the lineup is very cheap for the Rockies. And they get Williamson, whose numbers, they're bad against both sides of the plate. But a negative K to walk ratio against right-handed hitters in particular. And you throw in the park, great park to hit in. And these Rockies guys, I mean, they have flaws, but they also have power. Like they can take advantage of this great matchup against Williamson. Neither of these teams have a great bullpen. It's just hard not to love these hitters, especially if you want to spend up a pitching, which I do. I want to play Sanchez and Skubal, so these values become even more appealing. I guess the DFS strategy concern, JSU, would be the path almost seems too obvious, right? I think you'll see a lot of people play the type of lineup that I'm talking about playing, but I do think it's like clearly the best way to go if you're just trying to put up the most fantasy points, which ultimately that's kind of what we're doing outside of ownership, obviously. So no way I'm touching either of these pitchers. Love the Rockies bats against Williamson, and then Sugano just has nothing. He doesn't walk as many guys as Williamson does, but gives up as much power, misses no bats. And I think the Reds should do a ton of damage here. Obviously, Ellie De La Cruz, Sal Stewart leading the way, but I think you could play almost anyone here. Friedel, McLean, Nate Lowe is off to on a torrid pace. I think in this first couple of weeks of the year due to injury, but what is he at? 4 or 5 home runs in the last couple of weeks. Spencer Steer hitting well. He's down in the 6-hole. JJ Bleday. Two guys I wouldn't play, Trevino and Brian Hayes at the bottom of the lineup. But even those guys are in the 2K, so not the worst plays in the world. But Ellie, Sal Stewart, as always, with the Reds, the best way to go. Can't play Lowe and Stewart on the same lineup. They're both only first base. And I can't play the red stack JSU without Sal Stewart. So he's going to my lineup for sure, Mr.
It's so annoying. It's so annoying. One of Ellie or Sal, again, going like double dong. Just going to go nuclear.
Yeah,
too.
maybe both in this one. But
maybe both. Probably not. Well, we'll see. But it's tough to leave them out of your stack. I will say that. Like you build the stack. So I think the play, though, DC, is you just have to go cheap at the outfield, which they have plenty of.
Yeah.
Here, Bleday are the two guys kind of I'm looking at. You got TJ in there too if you want to have a third, but he's struggled pretty bad this year to start anyways, but you at least got the options to do that. So yeah, it's tough not to like some Cincinnati, and honestly Colorado you could just sell yourself on a full game stack. It's not,
Mhm.
the craziest thing ever here just to go full game stack. And yeah, go all in on this game. So yeah, good game to start. Cincinnati's definitely the A side though. We agree there. And I think though everyone's going to agree on that, right? DC, like the ownership is going to be
Yeah.
there on some of these. Look at these ownerships right now. 33, 20, like everyone's getting ownership.
Yeah, I mean, no hot take here. Everybody's going to be on this game, but for good reason. Just two horrible pitchers, best park to hit in, cheap bats, and then two massive sluggers for the Reds in De La Cruz and Stewart. So baseball, anything can happen. There's merit to getting contrarian, but I'll be loading up on this game for sure.
All right, next game up, Washington and the New York Mets here. Cade Cavalli on the mound for Washington, 7,200 for Cavalli. Coming off, I think, one of his best starts of the year, 22 fantasy points against the Braves here. I feel like was that the Sunday night game? I think it was the Sunday night game. I'm not 100% sure, but
I think it was Saturday, but I'm not.
Was it Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay. I do remember playing him though. He's one of my best ball guys with the last round pitcher pick. So I got a little bit of Cavalli DC. Hopefully he can continue on that good start from last game. I don't know about 10 Ks though. 10 Ks, that's probably an outlier. But what do you think here? Can he get it done against the Mets and David Peterson on the mound for the Mets?
Yeah, I've had trouble kind of pegging Cavalli. I was with you. Had some decently high hopes for him coming into the year. And then watching those first four starts, I was pretty out on Cavalli. And then, of course, last two starts, 15 Ks to 0 walks against the Giants and the Braves, especially in that last one. So he does have talent. You can see it when you watch him pitch. His command is pretty terrible. So I don't know, kind of like a Bubba, light version of Bubba Chandler, where I do think there'll be good starts like Cavalli had last time. And I think there's going to be starts where he blows up. Gets a Mets team that had one of their first big games of the season yesterday. So I don't know what to expect from Cavalli. I think he's going to be all over the place all season long. But yeah, I did include him on the list. He's cheap, 7,200. For the most part, the Mets haven't hit a lot. What do we have for weather edge on this game? Should be good. Another chance of delay, low chance of postponement. It's a tough slate with the weather.
It's the same shit, DC. It's just another game
East
with the
Coast,
same shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of just playing most of these games as if they're going to be okay because they all have the same or roughly the same risk. But yeah, Cavalli's fine. Good place to pitch in Citi Field. And then I kind of like Peterson on the other side too. He has pitched out of the bullpen in the last 2 games. So like the DraftKings fantasy points per game is kind of artificially low, but was in the rotation before that and was throwing, 4 or 5 innings. He's the cheapest pitcher on DraftKings, which is obviously brings some appeal if you're trying to fit in, Kyle Schwarber or some of the bigger bats on the slate. And he gets somewhat dangerous, but also very high strikeout Nationals team, especially against lefties. We talk about it a lot. They're just not a good offensive team against left-handed pitching. So you're probably not going to get, a gem from Peterson. I wouldn't be expecting 25 fantasy points or anything like that. But at 6,200 on a short slate, 15 would most likely get the job done unless Skubal and Sanchez absolutely smash. And even then, you'll have a way different build than other people with different hitters than people that play Sanchez and Skubal. So he makes some sense. I actually think I'd prefer Peterson to Cavalli slightly. I think he's got more strikeout per inning upside. Cavalli, the one more likely to go deep into the game. But you could play either one. I'm not on the Nationals bats. Mets bats, I think a full stack makes some sense against Cavalli because I do think he's going to have some terrible games. He's had a couple of them already. But obviously much prefer the bats in the Great American game with the Reds and the Rockies. And yeah, I think pitching the better way to go here with Nationals and Mets, despite 2 pitchers that I don't love by any means, but just kind of the nature of the slate type of thing.
Yeah, I'm probably a little more on Cavalli, but we'll see if I go there because there are some other pretty good options, but I think it would be him for me. It does make sense, though, with the Peterson and the lefties against Washington because you look at some of their main bats and,
Yeah.
The good ones are hitting from the left side, a lot of them. So that take does make some sense. Maybe a little MJ Melendez still looks cheap at 2,500.
Yep, he's a good play.
So I think if you're going against Cavalli, he looks like a decent cheap one-off. I think you could peg from the Mets. So not a ton from that game. A little more on the pitcher side, I think, for both me and DC, but that's all right. We've already talked about a few bats, and we'll get to a few more here. Detroit and Atlanta next up on the Sabre order. We got Tyreek Skubal against J.R. Ritchie here. Tyreek Skubal 10-7 on DraftKings, projecting one of the highest owned pitchers on the slate, 33% right now on Sabre against J.R. Ritchie, 8,500 for Ritchie. They're coming off a pretty good start, right, DC? First start of the year, 25 fantasy points, 7 Ks. He went 7 innings through 89 pitches. Pretty efficient game there from Mr. Ritchie. Does that continue against this Detroit team that's been pretty tough?
Yeah, I was on Detroit yesterday. They let me down. Did not come through. Did the Tigers. I might go back to him today. So Ritchie, I was on him in his last start against the Nationals. Prospect of decent pedigree coming up for the Braves. And obviously looked good in the first start. So you kind of add the two things together, JSU, and I kind of think people, when a pitcher debuts with a big outing like Ritchie did, I think it's easy to just assume, okay, this guy's a stud going forward, right? But it's still one start, and we have metrics that are very good at predicting how good pitchers will be going forward, other than results. And like Ritchie's like his stuff plus metric, that's a publicly available stat. You can find it on Fangraphs. It's an 89, which there are like no good starting pitchers in baseball with a stuff plus rating that low. So it's kind of a mediocre 93, 94 mile per hour fastball. Those numbers stabilize really quickly. Maybe he's a little bit better than that number, but if it stays that low, he's going to have some trouble. And he was also pretty lucky in that game. So just one start, but 382 xWOBA to the lefties in that one start. So got hit pretty hard. Sometimes you get some lineouts and it just kind of goes your way. I've got some question marks about Ritchie's performance going forward, despite the big starting, and I was on him in that start. So I do like him a little bit. What do we have for ownership on Ritchie? I was kind of thinking people might be buying in here.
We got 6%, so
okay.
Really not as much volume.
He's a fine play at that number.
Everyone's still got the question mark tag on Ritchie, it looks like.
Yeah, I guess so. And the price tag, right? 8,500 is a lot.
Yeah.
What about the Tigers bats? People going back to them? I know they were popular yesterday.
So Tigers right now projecting, I think they're getting let's see here. Yeah, some ownership. Double digit, 18, 20, 27. It looks like people are on them. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't find anything sneaky today, I guess. But I do like these Tigers bats to do some damage. Of course, my guy McGonigal just missed a home run at the base of the wall yesterday.
How many times have we said that this year? Yeah. Man.
I think he gets one tonight. So McGonigal is my favorite play. But yeah, Colt Keith is cheap. Riley Green, no pinch hit risk for him. He'll be in there the whole game. Been swinging a pretty good bat recently. Carpenter, Dingler, Torres. This is a pretty decent lineup, at least the top 6 or 7. Even Torkelson, I know his home run streak broken yesterday, but obviously still hot. 5 home runs in the last 6 games for Torque. And even the bottom of the lineup, 2, pretty much stone min guys in Jace Young and Wencio Perez. So I do like the Tigers here. Probably my 3rd or 4th favorite stack on the slate. And then the Skubal side of it, kind of like Sanchez. You can't say it's a bad start for Skubal. He's got an ERA below 3, a whip below 1. but not the same type of dominance that we saw last year. But like Sanchez, I couldn't find anything. I haven't been able to find anything that makes me think that he won't be back to the same pitcher he was last year before long. So yeah, I do love Skubal here. I will say, on the road in Truist Park, this is a Braves team that's off to a very good start, one of the best offenses in baseball, and they're not going to go down without a fight, right? They're not going to be intimidated by Skubal. Their team playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of swag right now. So it's not a sure thing with Skubal, but on a tough pitching slate, I still want to play him. And when he's on his game, which I expect him to be most of the time, including tonight, he can mow down any lineup. It doesn't really matter who it is. And some of the Braves' best bats do have to face Skubal left versus left. Baldwin and Olsen and Harris all swinging from the left side. So I think it's really close between Sanchez and Skubal. I do prefer to pair the two. But I have no problem, going Sanchez over Skubal. Matchup much better for Sanchez than Skubal. I just think the strikeout upside overall a little bit higher for Skubal on most games than it is for Sanchez. But yeah, I'm in on Skubal. I don't think I'm playing any Braves bats, but you could, not the craziest thing to throw in Ozzie Albies swinging from the right side, or even Acuna is finally heating up a little bit now. If you want to get contrarian and go against, I'm sure a super popular pitcher in Skubal, I don't think it's crazy, but I'm leaning the Skubal and the Tiger side of this game.
Yeah, Mama says hot there, and GI should be popping. It does look like one of the better hitting spots on the slate from a weather perspective here. 70 degrees, winds blown out to left center field. So it's got one of the best weather edge from like a hitter's perspective, offensive impact score on the slate. So just throwing that out there. But also you got to remember that a lot of these other games we've talked about where we've had interest in pitcher, it also has come with like a 30, 40, 50% chance of delay, which is annoying for pitchers. Whereas like this game's got a super low chance for delay. It's like 9%. So we're probably not going to see a delay in this one. And Tyreek Skubal is one of the best in the game. So it does make it a little more interesting. The delay stuff does throw it into a loop, DC, because in my head, I'm like, do I want to pay for Skubal on this slate? He is really good. He's obviously worth it. And I probably will end up doing it just because of some of these delay risks that I'm worried about.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Philadelphia radar. I mean, it's going to start raining there momentarily. Looks like it should be pretty light to start. I think they'll play through it. We'll see, right? I mean, they're going to announce a delay or not. Game starts in, 35 minutes, 40 minutes?
So it would be better, right, if they played through it? Or no?
I mean, if they delay it, let me look here. Yeah.
Because I'm like, do we want them to play through the light stuff and then call it like after an hour?
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty dicey. I'm still sticking with Sanchez, but I mean, it's a risk for sure.
It feels like a risk.
It's possible you'll get much lower ownership on Sanchez because of the risk as well.
Definitely. There's going to be certain people that just say, I'm out on the game.
Yeah, I can't blame anyone for doing that, to be honest. I don't know. I still don't know what I'm going to do. I'll have to make that decision momentarily, I suppose.
Yeah. All right. Well, last game up here, and then we'll get into our favorite pitching combos, favorite stacks, and dongs for today here. We got Eduardo Rodriguez, 7,700 for Arizona, going up against Brandon Sprout here. Sprout 7K on DraftKings, going for Milwaukee. I doubt you're going to have interest in these pitchers, DC, but maybe you'll surprise me here.
Yeah, I'm not going to these pitchers, but, if we lose the Philadelphia game, or if people think it's too risky, obviously you got to open it up a little bit. We're kind of getting down to not too many options with the short slate and potential, game postponed, other games at risk. But I don't trust either of these pitchers. Eduardo Rodriguez has pitched all right to start the year, but the last two starts haven't been great. He still hasn't scored over 20 DraftKings points in any start, and he's not that cheap at 7,700. Brewers were the big slate winner yesterday. I almost got there with them, but not quite. I think you can play the Brewers again against Eduardo Rodriguez. This Diamondbacks bullpen is just wretched. So there are a lot of pinch hit risks in this Brewers lineup. Lockridge, maybe Gary Sanchez, Ortiz, maybe. I mean, they're a team that really kind of mixes and matches as the game goes along. But good to see Turang, Bowers in there. You can play lefty bats against Rodriguez. He's very splits neutral overall. So some of these Brewers lefties, Bowers and Turang, two guys that play a lot. They had another big game yesterday. I think they're back in play. Maybe my favorite catcher on the slate is Gary Sanchez down in the 5-hole, 3,300. Big power against left-handed pitching and cheap price point too. So good option, Gary Sanchez at the catcher position. Contreras too, but if you need the savings, Sanchez makes a lot of sense. Full Brewer stack against Eduardo Rodriguez, also a good way to go. And I like the D-backs on the other side too. Brandon Sproat has not looked super great in his big league career so far, and especially against left-handed bats. The D-backs have 5 of them right off the jump. They get Perdomo back today, Marte, Carroll, Del Castillo, Vargas, all really good options. I think they should hit Sproat here. So I like the Diamondback side a little bit more in this one, but Brewers doesn't look bad either. And yeah, I think it's mostly the top of both lineups that you want to focus on here.
Yeah, I love this game for hitting. These are two of my favorite teams to focus on. I'm glad you're on the D-backs too. I was on some of those guys yesterday with some Milwaukee, and D-backs obviously didn't work out as well, but Milwaukee got there. If you went in on the Milwaukee side, you were feeling pretty good. Hopefully both sides of this game can do well, because I like both sides of it here. And yeah, I'm going to go on the Arizona side again. I like what you said about the lefties. Vargas has been hitting really well. He still looks too cheap to me at 4K, first and second eligible. You got Turang, obviously, who's been smashing it for Milwaukee. And then, a bunch of cheap options as you kind of go through some of these lineups to make things work if you need them. So, yeah, good game to finish us off here on this slate. Obviously, some weather to keep an eye on here. The first one starts at 6:10, so we're about 35 minutes out here from lock. DC, let's go. Favorite pitching combo here. What are you rolling with? Favorite pitching combo?
I'm still planning to play Sanchez and Skubal, but I'm getting a little gun shy on Sanchez right now with the weather situation. So if you take Sanchez out of the equation, which if you are risk averse, you might do, and even if not, you might choose to do that anyway. I think, does the New York weather look any safer? Not that much. A little, not really.
A little bit?
A little bit. I was going to say Peterson or Cavalli, but those guys are at risk as well.
God, we could just do a full game stack of that game and get all the heavy bats.
Yeah, could go that way. So again, like I said, Skubal Sanchez, that's what I've been planning to play all day long. Obviously, the weather has me question that a little bit. I will say I'm almost certainly sticking with Skubal with all the question marks.
Yeah,
on all the pitchers, anyone that's any good anyway. And yeah, if you don't want to play Sanchez, which I would understand, maybe you go to a Peterson or Cavalli. They do look slightly safer. And if you don't want to play those guys, because there is still some risk with them, I guess
you're shit out of luck, I think.
I mean, I'm not playing Williamson or Sagano.
No.
I'm not playing Sproat. I really don't want to play Erod. Doesn't leave us much. So Richie, at least it's Richie, Bubba Chandler.
No, you don't want to play Palante, right?
Yeah, Chandler, I guess, would be maybe the one to roll the dice on. He's at least got good stuff and does have strikeout upside. Not the tastiest slate here, JSC. We got some difficult decisions to make for sure.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say Cavalli and Sanchez, and now scaring me. And I'm going to say Cavalli and Scooble, but now Cavalli's starting to scare me a little bit more.
I mean, when New York and Philly are what, like, how many, 100 miles apart or something?
I mean, yeah, it's not. It's probably
the same line of storms coming toward both of them, so
yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah, it's not the easiest slate with the weather and stuff for pitching. I mean, there's just nothing down there. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe Chandler. Problem is, I like St. Louis. That's my problem with Chandler. Is I kind of like the bats on the other side, but yeah, Chandler is the best bet on talent pitcher, as Boynton would say. I mean, yeah, you're probably right out of all those guys. So yeah, we should have a little more interest in Chandler just with the weather being the way that it is.
I think he's the best pairing option with Scooble if you don't want to risk the weather at all. I guess I would leave it at that.
Yeah, I like that take. That's a solid take right there. All right, favorite stacks, DC. Stacks shouldn't be as impacted from the delay standpoint. So who we got?
I think you can kind of ignore the weather for the most part with the stacks. But the two top ones for me by far, Rockies and Reds. I think we're going to see a lot of runs in this Rockies and Reds game. They're both going to be popular, but I both think they're going to get the job done. So those are my top two. Third would be the Diamondbacks against Brandon Sproat.
Yeah. So you have the Rockies and Reds. So I'm going Reds 1. I'm going Diamondbacks 2. And then my third one, I'm not going St. Louis anymore because I think I'm going to play Bubba Chandler. So I'm definitely not throwing them in there. I'll say, you know what? Philly. You gave a good take on Philly. I liked it.
Yeah.
I'll roll with Philly as the third because I was going to go St. Louis, but now with Bubba in there, I think I'm going to change my mind. So yeah, let's get the Philly bats in there. I think that'll be a little different on this slate. Pittsburgh and St. Louis, risk of PPD on the weather edge. We've got that at 8% chance. So there is a 50% chance of delay though in that one.
Oh man. I'm glad I'm only playing a couple lineups today, JSU, because I wouldn't want to have to manage a whole bunch and try to make these decisions. It's tough.
Yeah. St. Louis and Philly, that is. Yeah, I mean, your postponement risk is low, it looks like, for those games.
I'm looking at the Pittsburgh weather. I think we're good there. I'll say that. I'm pretty sure that game's going to play. I honestly don't even think we'll see a delay
it's postponed officially.
Pittsburgh is?
No, it looks like Philly. San Francisco, Philly. HB Cards just said it's official.
All right. I'm kind of happy, to be honest.
Yeah, because you were definitely going to play Sanchez. You couldn't.
I was starting to waffle because every time I refreshed the radar, it was getting worse and worse.
Thank you for that, HB Cards. Glad you said that.
It makes sense. I don't know if they have a say in it, but like I'm sure neither of these teams want to risk their starting pitchers for 1 or 2 innings, right? Yeah,
definitely not. All right, so instead of Philly, I'll throw Milwaukee in there for my third stack here. But all right, at least we got that, DC. So
let's get this dong draft, and then I got to go make some changes to my lineup.
Yeah. All right, DC, who you got? Home run
calls. I got to go with my guy McGonigal. He's gonna get one tonight and finally get one over the wall.
All right, he's gonna get one over the wall. I'm going just with an expensive guy, but O'Neal Cruz.
Like that. Give me Gary Sanchez.
Oh, I love that one. Give me my boy Sal Stewart. I'll throw a different one in there for the last one, but let's get Chalk in there for the first two.
We gotta have a Sal. We can't just go 6 picks without Sal Stewart. One of us.
Definitely not. It's not. You should just go Ellie and just go full in on Cincy.
I'll go to another Tigers bat though and take Spencer Torkelson.
Yeah, there you go. Torque. Going yard. I like that too. Torque, McGonigal. I am gonna go with for my final one. Did you give a Brewer? Yeah, you did. Gary Sanchez, right?
Yeah.
Was your other one?
Yep.
Screw it. I'm going to go back to that game there, and I'm going to give my boy Vargas here all the way down at plus 910 to get a bomb. It's got 6 of them. Going for another one here. All right, those are the dongs here. That's going to do it for this show. A little quick version here. We're going to be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Me and Big T will be talking hoops at 9 a.m. and then MLB at 10 with DC and one of me or Big T on there as well. I think that slate starts at 12:35. So early start time for that show. So make sure you guys check that out. We got day baseball tomorrow, so don't miss on that. That will be on YouTube as well. We won't fuck that one up like we did today here, but appreciate everyone watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Draft Cheat. I'm JSU. Good luck in your DraftKings DFS for MLB and NBA tonight. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.